Hello, and thank you for watching this ag forecast for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, the satellite picture here, it is active across the Canadian Prairie. That very strong jet extension across the Pacific has made its way in. We've seen one storm system. Hello, and thank you for watching this ag forecast for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll check in with the satellite picture here, and I'm guessing not many across the prairie waking up to sunny skies today. The pattern is turning very active, very amplified, and with an amplified pattern, we can see some changes very quickly. So what's been a warm and quiet start to the fall, especially across much of Alberta, is going to be flipping to a very different script as we head into the next 1 to 2 weeks here. And you're already seeing some of that with some snow falling in the Canadian Prairie here across Calgary. Seeing the first snow, I just took to Twitter there. We're seeing temperatures hovering right around freezing across much of the prairie. Here's the radar image, which I actually thought was following the satellite picture. We'll put that into motion. And again, here you see some of the precipitation falling across southern Alberta, and some of that falling in the form of some snow. If you've got some wintry scenes out there, I would love to see those. You can send them to my email or tag me on Twitter with the information at the end of this video here. But yeah, I took to Twitter just a moment ago and confirmed it looks like you guys are getting your first snow of the season in Calgary just a bit early there. And unfortunately, there could be more to come. There likely is more to come here as we head through the next 5 to 10 days. Now, here's the forecast over the next 3 days. We'll look at the precipitation as we head through the rest of the work week. We'll put that into motion here, watching the rain and snow showers make their way out of Calgary, out of southern Alberta as we head through the rest of the day today. Maybe even a few breaks in the sunshine across probably central or southern Saskatchewan. Would be southwestern Manitoba, seeing a couple peaks of sunshine here, but likely going to be a pretty cloudy day for many folks. We'll see the chance for snow continuing across northern Saskatchewan, northern Manitoba as we head through the entire week, but precipitation is pretty quiet until we get to Friday across the ag belt here. But this next system, this one could dump a little bit more snow across western, central, and southern portions of Alberta, and that does include the Calgary area down toward Grand Prairie as well, and then even parts of southwestern and southern Saskatchewan could pick up on some of that snow here Friday into Friday night, with that snow again continuing off to the north. So here's the total liquid precipitation forecast here between now and Saturday afternoon. You're seeing 5 to 15 millimeters generally along and south of Highway 16. As we look at the chance for snow there, again, focused primarily on the higher elevations, but some of that making it down into the plains across the prairie here, across western and southern portions of Saskatchewan, and then southwestern portions of Manitoba. Now, I probably shouldn't have even shown you the specific forecast here where it's breaking it down to the 10th of an inch. Understand that it's not going to happen exactly like this. Our computer science or our models are not that accurate, but I just want to show you where the model is suggesting maybe we could see some snow. Soil temperatures are still generally above freezing, so not likely that it's going to snack up real fast, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a few centimeters of accumulation here across maybe southwestern and southern portions of Alberta. Now, as we look at the pattern here, as we head deeper into next week, the pattern only amplifies further. We're going to continue to see this trough anchoring itself here across west central Canada, and it's just going to be essentially an expressway for little shortwaves to be riding around the base of that trough from northwest to southeast across the prairie. So as we do that again, we kind of refocus the trough. We're going to see a big storm system sneak up the east coast here as we head through the weekend, dumping some snow in New England across the U.S. So as this one kind of flings up and out of here as we get through the weekend, we reestablish the trough back across the Pacific Northwest, across Western Canada. And so what that does, that's going to funnel a lot of cold air into the region. So this is what I was talking about, flipping the script rather quickly with these amplified patterns. It's been on the warmer side across Alberta as we got started here and went through harvest and wrapped up the month of September. It's been rather quiet and dry. And we are quickly flipping to a cold and unsettled pattern, especially across southwestern portions of the prairie, but really going to be feeling the impacts here across the entire prairie. We are headed for a windy, cold next week or so with chances for some accumulating snow. And as we look at the days 5 through 10 time frames, so we're talking October 18th through the 23rd, look at this. We're talking about temperatures anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees cooler than average as we head into next week. So we'll take a quick look at the European model's precipitation forecast just to get an idea of what follows here. So we see the light snow making its way through southern Alberta today. We'll see that exiting as we get into the overnight hours. Likely going to be pretty quiet as we head through our Thursday. A chance for a few flurries across the prairie, but shouldn't be anything amounting to much. The next system with measurable precipitation emerges across the Rockies as we get into Friday. And again, this is the one that I talked about bringing some accumulating snow to portions of central, western, and southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan, potentially dropping some accumulating snow here. A few centimeters would not surprise me, and we'll have a chance to take a closer look at that here as we get into Friday, luckily. So as we look out over the next 5 days, we're taking it through Monday evening. I'm showing you the probability of picking up 3 inches or more of snowfall. The reason that I did that is because, again, of course, soil temperatures are still above freezing. If I show the probability of picking up an inch, who knows if that actually sticks. But this will give you a good idea of who's, got some snow on the table. And again, we're talking about pretty much everyone along and south of Highway 16, and especially with that system that comes through this region here on Friday into Friday night. Pretty good chance that by Friday evening into Saturday morning, some folks here ought to be sending me emails or tagging me on Twitter with their snow pictures across the Canadian prairie. So here's a look at your highs and lows as we head through the next several days. Again, we are turning cold. We'll see those overnight lows -5 to -10 as we head into the weekend with high temperatures below freezing. So from talking about when are we going to get the first sub-freezing temperatures to talking about several days spent entirely below freezing, the seasons are certainly changing here across the prairie. Edmonton, a very similar look here, but dropping those lows to -10 to -13. And again, some of that might be exacerbated by the potential we have some snow on the ground after we get through Friday and Saturday. If that does end up being the case, that could add or subtract a few degrees there from those overnight lows. Saskatoon, here's your temperature forecast. Regina, same thing. We're talking about overnight lows right around -10 as we head through the weekend. And then not any warmer here in Winnipeg. Okay, technically it is warmer, but not going to feel great here. Talking about overnight lows, still cooler than average, the -5, -6 range as we head through the weekend into early next week. And you too have the chance to see a few snowflakes as we head through the weekend into early next week. Again, here's the information. You get wintry scenes. I want to see them. I'd love to check it out. Share those if you would be so kind as to let me do so. But I would love to be involved in the experience from down here in the Corn Belt of the U.S.